So you're saying you want to have that argument again?
What's that?
That the Green Lantern core is the weakest core there is.
Well, they don't have the yellow impurity anymore.
Oh, no, it's not for that. You know this argument. We've had it several times. How many people are in the Green Lantern Corps?
At this point, I think it's like 7,200. There's 3,600 sectors, and there's 2 lanterns per sector.
I don't know why you know that, but good job. Okay, so what you're saying is there's 7,200 lanterns running around sucking up the universe's willpower. Doesn't that mean there's a finite amount of will in the universe?
Actually, that's true. They did address it in a story.
What you're actually saying is that they're weaker because they'll run out of power quicker and they'll refurbish less because there's so many of them.
But here's the thing, and I don't know this about, because I'm not a Green Lantern expert. So, like, is it a universal thing that they draw on, or is it their own individual will?
It's a universal one. They have to keep recharging from a goddamn central core battery. They gotta take their little portable battery and charge it to the goddamn central core battery once in a while now, don't they?
No, it's all like...
Really?
It's wireless charging.
Really?
Yes!
So they've...
But what charges
So
the
you're
main
saying
battery?
that Apple...
Well, the main battery draws from...
So you're saying Apple's new phone finally caught up with the Green Lanterns?
Yeah, but I actually have to say that you might have something to it. Or at least that might have been true.
I mean, think of the orange lanterns,
Right.
right? There's one orange lantern, and one orange lantern can take on an entire lantern corps and basically beat them. Because there's one dude drawing power.
Yeah.
One dude!
Exactly. And
So you need an entire freaking corps to take on one dude. Hence, one dude has more power than 10,000 plus because you got backup.
But I
right?
will say this: the Orange Lantern, Agent Orange, aka Larfleeze, which, by the way, honestly sounds like a f***ing Muppet name.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
and he does look like a Muppet. Like, I'm serious.
That point of order. He has a better backstory than Alan Scott. Check it.
Alan Scott!
Yes.
Anyway.
So Larfleeze, who's greedy, every single person he's ever
And it's
killed...
a really backstory.
Yes. Every single person he's ever killed, he's absorbed their essence into his power battery or whatever it is.
Yes.
And can create, like, his own core of ring constructs.
Yes, because he's one dude, and he's clearly better at making constructs than anybody else.
However, they're enthralled slaves and minions who don't think for themselves, okay? But...
Really? They don't think for themselves? So if he tells that one over there to go make me a cheese sandwich and destroy that planet over there while you're at it, it won't?
He'll only think of what it would take to actually to complete
They're
that
not
task.
capable of independent thought.
They're not.
There you go.
Okay.
They're still. Then he's still doing better than any singular Green Lantern who makes a giant fan that blows some shit away.
Okay. Well, I would make the argument that in Green Lanterns, okay, Green Lanterns actually have more diversity to draw upon. They have all different kinds of aliens and races, and all people with different experiences. And
Bitch is trying to get metaphysical on me.
what I'm just saying,
Right
I'm just saying, and they're all capable of independent thought. So because they're incapable of independent thought, they can absolutely, have better ways of solving problems than Larfleeze, who's like, I want it, give it to me. You know.
Here would be my argument. How many years have we been playing D&D? What is the core rule of any encounter of D&D? If there is one of it,
The GM wins.
we can kill it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If there's one of them, you can beat it. Doesn't matter what
Doesn't
the
matter.
CR is. So yes, if there's one orange and a million f***ing Green Lanterns, one of them's going to shoot him in the back and do it.
What? One of them took levels of rogue?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Sneak attack.
Neat. Okay. Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's
As no matter how powerful you are, enough numbers will carry the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially you have rage, which rage is on the one end of the spectrum, which is the Red Lanterns, and they, for the most part, in their original inception, they couldn't make constructs. All they could do is vomit, like the blood equivalent
But
of
you see,
napalm.
sir, when I say the most powerful one, I'm still working off of my concept of there is a limited resource of power to draw on from each of the emotional spectrums.
But I would consider them to be equal.
How? Is everybody mad all the time? You wake up mad
There's plenty of people that are mad.
all the time.
Not all the time.
See, a lot of times people are just mad for a few minutes.
Right, but I believe that those pools, in the comics, they basically said that there's a finite finite amount of emotion that is used in the universe. Okay, and honestly, I believe that those are used kind of equally. You know, there are equal times where people are mad. There are equal times people are greedy. Equal times when people are fearful. Equal times when people are, overcome things with their will. Actually, it might even be less in that respect.
People
but
actually don't feel that shit as much as you think.
But it balances out because there's actually more Green Lanterns than there are anything else. If you think about it, they're more organized. They have 7.
So what you're saying? There are more people that are willful in the universe
people.
than anything else.
What's that?
There are more people that are willful in the universe.
No, I just happen to think there's more people that are drawing from that willfulness.
Well, what you're saying...
out of the countless billions.
What is the Green Lantern core at its base? You're saying it's the motion of will. So what, that's getting your way, belligerency?
Essentially,
Yeah,
Green Lanterns are the Star Trek equivalent of being Vulcan. Okay? Emotion doesn't revolve around it.
So their rings that are based off of the emotion of will are based off of emotion.
Yeah.
I actually believe
Will's kind of a crappy emotion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
Will is not.
Which is why it's in the middle.
Right. Will is actually devoid of emotion if you think about it.
Well, let's go over what's the most used emotion.
The most used emotion?
Yes. What is the most used emotion?
I'd have to say fear, probably.
You sure?
Well, what would you say?
Are you always running around in fear?
No, but I believe there's a lot of people afraid, especially in
Wait,
foreign times.
which color's depression? Because I'm pretty sure that wins.
There's no depression. No, there's red for rage. Red for rage. There is orange for avarice or greed, and then you have yellow for fear. You have green for willpower, and then you have blue for
Hope.
Blue for hope. Indigo for compassion, and then finally violet for love.
So which one of those is the most used emotion, hence the one that has the largest pool to draw from, hence the most powerful one, per se?
Greed, rage, maybe one of those.
You think so?
What do you think?
Hope.
Hope? You think that there are more people that are hopeful than anything else? I don't know.
I think there is more hope in the universe than anything else because people are always hoping for every basic outcome to be good in some way, shape, or form. They're hoping that their day goes well. They're hoping that everything else in the universe.
I will say this, is that I honestly think that probably, willpower seems to be the most useful.
No, it doesn't.
Well, yes, because you can make...
Tell me during your day when you are willful.
Because you can make...
Everything.
Yes.
Everything you do requires will.
Does
Okay.
it?
I'm willing myself to pick up this glass and
No, you're
drink
not.
it.
That's an autonomic reflex.
No, that is
Nothing
not.
about
No,
it.
no. I'm willing myself to drink this drink.
Yeah, breathing is an automatic reflex. Basically, everything you do has some element of will behind it. Otherwise, you just wouldn't do anything.
Yes. And I'm willing myself to pick up this bottle of Bullet Bourbon
See, that just sounds like a bunch of bull.
and pour this into a glass.
You hope you'll enjoy
And
that.
then pour this into Tim's glass.
You hope he'll enjoy that.
And then pour it into Zombie Bob's
I
glass.
hope I enjoy it.
So the opposite of hope would be despair, which I still think is probably the prevailing emotion in the universe, and why that doesn't exist. Why there is no sadness on the emotional spectrum.
You see,
I don't
you
get.
have to look at the hope thing a little more basically. Does despair win? No. Because we're not talking about just sentient beings, we're talking about lower sentient beings in the universe. There are thousands of animals, millions, billions of species, aren't there? Especially in a universe with a whole bunch of planets and a bunch of other shit, right? Every single morning they wake up and they hope they find food. They hope they find shelter. They hope they don't get eaten.
No, I
But do
disagree.
you actually-
I think hope requires sentience. I hope hope
So you're saying
requires a belief that it won't happen.
So you're saying a dog doesn't have any form of sentience?
I actually think that a dog would think, not that I hope I find food, is I need to find
You
food.
need to find food, which is an element of will.
Yes.
I think there's more will in the
Essentially,
universe.
I think
will is
you
an
guys-
The will to live is what drives the
A
universe.
will is is the extension of instinct.
I think you guys are taking that function of will and making it too large.
And I think you're taking hope and making it too large.
Yes.
Or making it equal.
Either way, larger than it actually is.
Still think it's hope.
With that said, Excelsior.
Excelsior.
What they said.
Oh, he just.
I ain't doing shots at these guys. I can't keep up with them. You see what I mean?
Oh, that's a little burn.
Yeah, that's why.
For God's sakes, I'm already drunk enough to have that stupid conversation.
Well, what about if you're fighting a Tarrasque?
Well, then you jump down its skull and stab it in the balls.
Do you want me to show you the homeboy that has the soul of a Tarrasque? Soul
It's
Gem didn't
true.
do it.
It's true.
It's right over there.
Yeah, yeah. Rathmir cast that spell a lot.